Hey there, folks. Alright, so what I have here are my Benchmade. Well, one is the, let's see, this one is the Tonto. This is the 67 Bally, and this one is the 62 Bally song. These are both D2 steel on the blades. Alright, but the handles are also steel. And the criticism in the past from Bally aficionados that it was too short, the handles, and too heavy, right? And to be honest, I hated both of them. Because I always was jonesing for like a Benchmade 42. The Bandit has one, and I always wanted one. I can't find it anywhere. So the next best thing is Flytanium. You guys know I have the Flytanium scales for my Morpho that recently Joe Bananas just did. So he had these available on his site the other day. They're already gone. Pretty popular. So yeah, so I got, I don't know if you guys can tell. Oh, I don't even have light on this bad boy. What? Totally unprepared, Michael. Windows open. Alright, so these are orange peel. So you can get them in stonewash or orange peel. I opted for the orange peel, just a little more grip. Very light, the titanium's very light. I can't wait to put these on. So, hey guys, okay, I'm back. And here it is, my new Flytanium 6X scales installed on my Benchmade 67 Tonto. I went with the 67 Tonto. I also have the 62 here. I'll show you guys later, but I just want to show you the scales once they're on. You know, I didn't realize from the pictures that Flytanium, Jacob, posted online that these were actually holes. I thought they were like just milled out section that looked like a pill, but it's actually a hole in there. So it's pretty neat, pretty neat. So you can see that the handles are longer than the original 67 Benchmade 67 scales. You can see how short the blade is. Pretty neat. He sells them in a stonewash. He also sells them in an orange peel. I opted for the orange peel. Yeah, I think it actually came out pretty neat. Look at that. Very nice orange peel on it. Titanium scales definitely makes it much, much lighter. Just want to show you some of the handles. Here's the butt of the scales. You can see Jacob did a nice job rounding them off as compared to the original scales. Maybe you guys can't really tell, but it is definitely nicely contoured. As here, it's kind of on the original scale. It's kind of it's smooth, but it's got like a little bit more of an edge, and kind of like when you're flipping, kind of bangs a little bit. And you can see on Flytanium scales, it's nicely contoured, rounded off. Right, sandwich construction. Again, the reason I got this, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know, I had like I had 42 Battle Song Envy, and I always wanted one with titanium scales from Benchmade. I did have the opportunity. The Bandit got the Benchmade 42, but now I got these, so that kind of like appeases me a little bit, right? The Benchmade 42 are channel construction. This one, of course, Flytanium had to go with a sandwich construction, which is what the original 62 had, right? The 62, the 67, I mean, had Zen pins, which Flytanium commendated by milling out the holes over there. It did a really good job. I was really impressed. It was easy to put together, very precise, very precise. For about a second there, I was like, oh man, it's not fitting quite well. I had issues putting in the weights, right, with this screw over here. Basically, this screw, one's a screw and one's like a tube where the screw goes into. Basically, the tube wasn't round, right? It was shaped like, it's like a D shape. So when I first initially put it in, it wasn't fitting flushed with the weights. It's like, oh man, it's not precise. I'm thinking, oh, he didn't do such a good job. But all I had to do was rotate the tube, the D, and boom, it popped right in. So if you guys have this, and or if you put it together, you already discovered that. But if you have it, you haven't done it yet, just realize that the tube is D-shaped, so it's not perfectly round. So you just kind of like rotate it, and the weights locks into it. I would show you guys while I was trying to take it apart, but I had such difficulty removing. Let's see. Here's my 62. Removing the pins, I mean the screws. Benchmade, I don't know what they Loctite this sucker with. I don't know if it's red Loctite, but it was super difficult to remove. And I actually destroyed a couple of my bits, bastards. So I want to show you the Torx. But this is a Weehaw, folks, and I just abused the crap out of it. So now it's garbage. All right. And it's like, it was just a cheap bit. Let me try another one. I did another one. Destroyed it. So I was going to give up right there and call the Menavade. And he told me to pass just to put heat on it. So I just took my lighter and I basically put a little flame on it, and it loosened up the Loctite, and then I was able to remove it, and then actually putting it together in the Flytanium scales was very, very easy. Very, very easy. So pretty cool. Definitely less weight. I can, this weighs about, right now with the steel handles, this weighs, how much did I say? Can't remember right now. It's, I know it. It was like almost 7 ounces, 6.39, I think, 6.39. But with the new scales from Flytanium, brings it down to 4.96. And I believe the original Benchmade 42 was around that weight. So, actually no, it was a little less. It was like it was almost like 4 ounces, yeah, about 4.10 ounces, the Benchmade 42. So this comes in at 4.96, but definitely noticeable compared to this steel handles. I just Loctited this, so I can't really flip it. Not that I'm a flipping aficionado like the Bandit. Maybe I'll get him on vid to flip it. But yeah, fits really good. The T-latch pops in nicely. Right? Oh, let me show you that. So basically, you just adjust the screws and the Zen pins to your liking. It's amazing how much just a little turn of the Zen pins makes it so tight around the blade that it won't, dangle. I like to test it out and kind of like drop it like that to see. Of course, it's not doing it for me, bastard. But it's loose. Believe me, it's loose. It's loose. So is this one. Actually, this one's more loose. I made the bite handle a little bit looser. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of tight, Mike. I don't know. Guess I could have loosened that a little bit more. Yeah, this one's definitely... That's the way it's supposed to swing. Not this. I don't know what the hell's up. Anyway, it still flips pretty decent. But here's the play. And I believe that's how the Bandit likes it. He doesn't like it too loose. So that's just a testament to the construction of the scales by Flytanium. Pretty, see, minimal, pretty decent, and it flips. And if I just like that, I would flip it over, but I don't really have the, skills or the room. So pretty neat, right? So you can see that the scales definitely are way longer, and apparently that's more favorable because you can see that this is right about here, and the current scale is nice. So when you're flipping it, it's better for manipulation. You're doing rollovers and stuff. So I'll have the Bandit test it out. So these were available this week. You gotta follow Jacob Flytanium on Instagram, because he announces it. He announces it, and he's also pretty good. Actually, he's very responsive on the emails. I was asking him information about the release of them. He told me he was releasing that night. He had, I think, 80 sets. They were sold in 5 minutes, folks. So the demand is there. I think this week, or maybe next week, I think this week he said he's going to have more. He's also going to offer anodized scales. So if you don't have a buddy like me, Joe Bananas, that can anodize your stuff. Also, speaking of Joe Bananas, you get these scales, right? They're about $165 plus shipping. It comes to like about $170. You get these scales, right? And you want someone to anodize them, send them to Joe. You see the crazy bananadizing he's been doing? He'll turn these things into beauties. Beauties. But Flytanium will have some anodized available soon. I don't know how much he's going to charge more for the anodizing. Jacob also said that he's going to change up the scales. He's going to have different versions. So this is whatever, V1. And I guess version 2, maybe he'll have different type of milling and design on the scales. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's just show you some macros. Yeah, very pleased, very happy with it. Again, my only delay was trying to remove the friggin' screws from the original one that Benchmade apparently did so that no one can ever take it apart. But you can see right there how flush the weight is. I think that's whatever you call that. I'm not a bally expert, but this weight very flush with the scale, as you can see. So again, really good construction. And if you put it together and it's not flush, you did it wrong. Something in here, so fix that. Right? Yeah, really nice. I'm glad I got the orange peel. Feels really good. You know what? This would look good anodized gold. Sweet. I won't torture my buddy Joe. He's been anodizing all kinds of stuff for me. He's so generous. My man. My ninja. Alright, guys. So, I think that's it. Alright. So, that's the Flytanium V1 62 handle kit for the Benchmade 6X series. So, if you have the 62, the 67, all the other ones, these scales will fit them. Alright, so W for wieners and wieners. Peace.